Hey everyone, Fanboy72 here with Comic Book Fanatics, and you know what time it is? I'm going to tell you what time it is. It is Beer 30 time. Anyways, happy Friday to you guys, or happy weekend, or whatever you want to call it. But anyways, I just got done reading 2 books, and first one was a book called Rise #1, Sister's Keeper. You see that? And the other one was Fistful of Blood. And this one was actually done by Kevin Eastman and Simon Bisley and Varga doing the coloring. Now, so let me tell you about a little bit about both of them and basically what I felt about them. Okay, let's start with Rise #1. Well, first of all, let me back up a little bit. Now, both of them have to do with zombies per se. Okay, and I enjoy a really good zombie book, a zombie movie, anything pertaining to vampires, anything pertaining to post-apocalypse, anything within that sort of entertainment group, right? However, you really have to catch my attention. You really have to draw me in, because so many movies about zombies and vampires and post-apocalypse have been made, and they've just been drawn out in different concepts. So in order to really sell me on that, you've really got to do something original, or you really have to kind of just come up and throw either one, a lot of gory stuff in there, or 2, just a lot of action-packed drama, if you will, to really get me to focus and just kind of follow the storyline, okay? Now, Rise #1, My Sister's Keeper, it was an obvious zombie sort of book. So it starts out with this 2 couple, which I'm assuming is brother and sister. One, the female being Barbara, and the male character, I believe the name was Johnny. So anyways, they're at a cemetery. They're going to visit a cemetery, and they start talking and chatting and to me, it didn't seem like any romance there, so I'm assuming they're brothers and sisters. Anyways, this old guy just comes out and starts attacking both of them. Within the struggle, Johnny gets taken down and hits his head, and you're assuming that he dies or he gets knocked out. So Barbara starts running off, takes off, and just leaves her brother there by himself, doesn't even check on him. And so she takes off, and as she takes off, her vehicle gets caught in an accident. She stops, she finds a house, runs into it. There's a whole bunch of zombies there. She gets overwhelmed with all these zombies, and then next thing you know, her brother Johnny shows up, and there's some interlude about perhaps there's some sort of radiation which is causing all the spread of zombies, and if you die or if you get infected, the only way to kill them is through the head. So it's very, very original sort of plot on zombies. Almost what you'll see in the original George Romero's Dawn of the Dead. Now, to me, this story has been played out so much, you know. It has just been played out way too much, and it just didn't do anything for me. The presentation of the book was really well done, I think. Great cover on it, wonderful paper stock. I think they did a wonderful job with trying to sell the viewer to pick this book up, which they did, you know, and I saw this and I said, you know what, I'm going to check it out, I'm going to try it, I'm going to read it. Okay, no problem, and I read it, and I just wasn't very impressed, okay? So, maybe a 1 out of 5 stars I would give it. However, being it's the first book, that's okay. You know, maybe they're just trying to lead up to something. So I'm going to give it another opportunity. I'm going to wait till the second book comes out, and I'm going to see from there if they do anything better. And I swear I hope they do, because I absolutely love the artwork on it. I love the presentation. I think they're doing a wonderful job with that, but they've got to sell me a little bit more. in order to keep me buying on this. Do I recommend it at this time? Absolutely not. I don't recommend it. If you like to buy it just for the cover, and I don't see any speculation in this whatsoever, so by, you know, just my personal opinion, I just don't think it's worth buying unless you like the artwork. Okay? Now, moving on to Fistful of Blood. Now, a little background about Fistful of Blood. Simon Bisley did a lot of artwork, and Eastman did a lot of storylines back in the early 80s with heavy metal. Now, this book is actually derived from a storyline about 15 years ago. Now, based off the cover, you're going to assume that, okay, this is probably a story about zombies based in a Western environment, Western scenery. Not the case. Well, in a sense, it's the case. Okay, so it starts out with the girl. She's half naked, and she's found by two cowboys. They take her and they try to have their way with her. Then she wakes up, grabs a gun from one of the individuals, and starts shooting them. Okay, and as she shoots these two individuals, okay, they don't die until she finally shoots them in the head. So obviously they're zombies, right? The storyline progresses, and then we start to assume that, okay, wait a minute, this is not necessarily coming from, you would say, the 1800s as far as what you see in the Western environment or Western storyline. So it is mainly a book about, how do I want to say this, zombies in a Western, what is that? A Western scene, or more of a Hollywood sort of environment. Okay, I'm looking for the right word, but I can't find it. Too much beer 30. That's probably what it is. But anyways, it's not really set back into the Western era, but in a present time, but on the scene of a Western movie, if that makes any sense to you. Okay? But however, they keep it more focused within that, with that more of a Western scenery. So that's where you kind of get the whole concept and notion of it coming from that era. However, so anyways, later on she gets approached by a group of cowboys dressed up like cowboys, and they ask her to join the group. She's very quiet. She doesn't speak throughout the whole book. She doesn't say anything at all. She just doesn't say anything. And so they give her a chance. Hey, listen, you either join our group or it's not going to be good for you. And she still doesn't say anything. Nevertheless, the story pretty much ends of her going to bed, and there's a bartender that just kind of gives her a place for the night and gives her some clothes to wear that he found in a lost and found area. But it's a very sexy book. It's a very, I think, well-written book. I think they did a wonderful job as far as the storyline, to setting up the base of the storyline and just kind of leading into a more of I guess you can call a cliffhanger, because now you know, okay, where's the story going? We already know, one, there's a girl involved in there. Evidently she's got some issues. She's very quiet. Where does she come from? We don't know. Eventually it'll probably come out later on in the stories. And after reading a few of the dialogues, I believe there's going to be, this is only a 4 or 5 book series, okay? So it's not actually going to be an ongoing book, according to this. But it's a very sexy book, and I think they did a wonderful job on some of the artwork, the coloring, the graphic novel sort of look to it that you'll find in most graphic novels. So I definitely feel like this book is really going to go somewhere, because it definitely sold me. It definitely kind of it started to a base where, okay, it caught me. Something's happening here. and it's leading up to something. We don't know. There's a lot of cliffhangers. The art is absolutely wonderful. The paper stock on this is absolutely gorgeous. So and it actually, after reading a little bit of the footnotes here towards the end, the original, there was a concept and an idea which originated from the heavy metal magazines, which then they decided to do this in a comic book, which was about 15 years ago or so. 15 years ago or so. So I enjoy it. I think at this point in time, I'd give it a 3 out of 5 stars right now. The artwork, I definitely give the artwork a 4 out of 5. Definitely drew me in when it came to that. And the storyline, I think right now with the storyline, I think there's some possibilities to it. I do recommend you guys picking it up. There's actually 3 different variations of this cover. This is the only variation I have right now, but I actually went online and got the 2 other different variations that they had. And I personally think that these are well worth the buy, and for the price I paid for it, $4.99, you know, I think it's okay. And for the price I paid for this one, $2.50, you get what you pay for, right? And however, I'm an optimistic person. I will give it another chance, so I'll look for the second book to come out, and hopefully, let's just say that they're going to do a little bit better and try to captivate me a little bit better and try to sell me as far as the whole zombie sort of universe, and just do a little bit better. So those are my 2 reviews on these 2 books. And if you've read any one of these yet and you don't agree with me, let me know. I mean, I always enjoy a healthy debate. I also enjoy, you know, understanding how you felt about both of those books and where you're coming from it. Maybe you saw something that I didn't. By no means am I any type of art major or any type of literature or fictional major, so I don't get into the whole trying to dissect and trying to, you know, just break down each and every dialogue or word or where they're coming from. I'm just trying to enjoy the story, and, you know, just keep it simple for me. I'm a soldier. What are you gonna do? You know, you got to keep it. You got to dumb it down for us soldiers, right? Anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys coming by. Thank you for the subscribers that actually came by and subscribed to me. And if you're just passing by, and if you like what you see, by all means subscribe. And if there's nothing that you like, then just, you know, hang in there. Maybe I'll eventually bring something out there that you might enjoy. Once again, thanks a lot. It's Fanboy72, and I appreciate you guys coming by. I appreciate you guys definitely taking the time out of your day to check out my channel. Okay.